Hello. Do 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 do. Boom. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jenny, and I'm with Wonder Spark Puppets. And today we are going to be making a Big Bad Wolf Grandma puppet. It's really fun. All right, this is the way to go. Yay! Okay, so for this, you'll need a couple different things. You'll need 2 toilet paper rolls. You can also use paper towel rolls and just cut them down to about a toilet paper roll length. You need some scissors, some glue. I'm going to be using some white glue, some markers or colored pencils, a black fine tip pen is helpful. You'll need a piece of cardboard, no bigger than this size is good. Some colored paper. I'll be using some black and white today, but you can use whatever you want. And some tissue paper. If you don't have tissue paper, you can use any scrap fabric you have, or maybe newspaper. Yeah, awesome. And hot glue with a grown-up's help is totally optional. You'll find that it's a little useful for gluing down some of the cardboard. All right, let us begin. So the first thing we need to do is we need to cover our toilet paper rolls. So I'm gonna pick 2 colors. I'm gonna pick black and white. So 1 toilet paper roll will be on the outside and 1 on the inside. So I'm gonna use this one for my outer toilet paper roll. And all I'm doing is I'm just gonna measure to see how much I need. Wrap it around. All right, about that much. And we're just gonna cut. So I have my paper, and now we're gonna wrap it around our toilet paper roll. Just gonna trim this down a little bit more. So you can use your white glue or a glue stick for this. So I'm just gonna put a lot of glue on. And then we're just going to roll our toilet paper roll on top. Try to do it as even as possible, but you can always trim down. So I have a little excess here. You can trim that down later. I'm just making sure it's nice and secure. I might need a little bit more glue right here. And then we can count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, looking pretty good. And it wasn't totally even, so I'm just gonna trim that down. And on the top as well. So we have our first roll covered. Now I'm going to cover our second roll. So the second roll, you don't have to cover it down as far. And before we actually cover it, we need to trim it down because 1 toilet paper roll fits in the other, just like this. And as you can see right now, it's not happening. So what I'm gonna do is take my scissors, I just made a cut all the way down. And now I'm just going to fold it over a little bit. Oh, as you can see, my glue's coming off. It's okay, we can hit it up with more glue later. That happens, okay. So I'm just going to just move it over slightly so that way this tube can fit inside this one. Let's see. That looks good. So I'm gonna hold right there, and we can use our white glue or our hot glue. I'm gonna use some hot glue only because it's a little bit faster drying time. And I'm just gonna carefully put a thin line, and we're just going to fold that over and hold it down so it stays. So now we have a smaller tube to fit inside this tube. But you know, some toilet paper rolls come in different sizes. You could find one that already fits inside, and that's great. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Test it out again. Great. Now we're gonna cover it in some white paper. Now we don't need to cover the whole thing. Whatever is the top of your tube that you're using for the faces, we're gonna cover that part. So I'm just cutting a thin strip, thinner than the other one. And now we can wrap it around. We don't need that much, so I'm just gonna trim it down. Ta-da! Okay, now we use our glue. And again, you can use whatever color you want. Excellent. Okay, so now let's wrap this tube. Again, I'm choosing this to be my top, so I'm just gonna use it on my top. Look at it again. Came apart again. Oh no. I think I need stronger glue. What do you think? Okay. It's like must resist. Okay, maybe I'll just put some hot glue on it so it really stays. Ta-da! And I'll do the same on this one. Excellent. So we have our two pieces. Now we need a circle on the bottom. This is what moves the toilet paper roll inside. So we are going to trace a small circle. This is about 2 inches or so. And what I traced last time was this glass container. You want it to be bigger than your toilet paper roll. So I'm just gonna take my pencil, trace, I have my circle, and now we're just gonna cut that out. And to help my hands out a bit, I'm gonna use my handy dandy cardboard cutting scissors. There we go, we have our circle. Now we need to glue the inner tube on top. Now, it'll be a lot more secure if we do some cuts all around. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do tiny little cuts. Not even a ½ inch or so. So I have all these little cuts around, and now I'm just gonna pull it back. Just like that. And then we're gonna put glue all over here and then glue it on top, just like this. So we can use our hot glue or our Elmer's glue. And try to get it right in the middle. I'm just gonna hold it down until it's pretty secure. Be careful of your hands with hot glue. Okay. Ta-da! So let's test it out. It does move really well. Excellent. The next thing we need to do is to cut out a hole in our first tube, the tube on the outer side. So I'm just gonna take a white pencil just because it shows up a lot better on the black paper. And I'm just gonna sketch just a small opening. So about that. Now we're gonna take this out. And to get in there, just very carefully fold it to make a hole. Great. This is the kind of tricky part. Aha, did it. So these scissors aren't the greatest. So you're probably gonna need a little bit sharper scissors to do this. Totally getting there, and I can clean that up a little bit. So we're gonna do that now. All right, not too bad. So we have our opening. Now we're gonna put this tube right on top again. Just make some space, okay. So now we have that. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna sketch around 3 circles. So that way we know how much room we have to do our drawings of the grandma, the wolf sleeping, and the wolf awake. Let me use this pencil. And all I'm doing is just very lightly sketching around. Then I'm going to turn it. Sketch again. A new spot. Turn it again. And sketch one more time. Great. So we have our 3 circles on our white tube. I don't know if you can see that. And now we can decorate. So I'm gonna draw first in pencil, and then I'm gonna, outline it in the fine point pen that I have, because it looks really nice. So I'm gonna do a grandmother. And a wolf sleeping. And you can do your drawings any which way. The wolf is disguised as a grandmother. And now, awake. Oh dear. Okay. And pencils are great, because if you make a mistake, you can just erase before you add the black pen. Okay. So I have my sketches out, and I'm just going to now outline them in the black pen. If you have a really fine point marker, totally works too. Okay, and now the wolf awake. Looks very silly. And in a way, we are making a very tiny cranky, which is pretty awesome. I can use my markers and my color pencils and add some more details and things. whatever you have on hand. So I have, oh, it's a little bright. So I have my grandma, wolf sleeping, wolf awake. And now we can just put our tube on top. Oh, this looks great. Awesome. Now we need to add a little nightgown. So I'm just gonna use some paper. I'm gonna do a little hat and a nightgown. So you can definitely make whatever shape you need. I'm doing like a U shape. Just gonna measure up to see. Right now it's covering her up a little bit, so I'm just gonna trim that down. That's great. So we have that. And now do a little hat. And the hat you can make really stick out beyond the tube, whatever you want to do. So now I can glue those on. I can use my glue stick or my white glue. Just glue on the hat and the nightgown. And then you can decorate this however you want, with markers or crayons on top or colored pencils. I'm just gonna thinly shade it in some pink and maybe add some details with my pen. You can outline this if you want to before you glue it on. So you have your grandmother, her outfit. And now I'm gonna take my tissue paper and make it into the blanket. And all I did was cut a really small piece of tissue paper and I'm gonna fold it over like a bed sheet. We're just gonna see if this works. Oh, little too much, so we can trim it down a lot. Great, and I think I'll trim it down a little bit more. We can fold it down more. Just so I wanna see the nightgown a little bit. And now we can glue that to the side. I'm just gonna trim my sides down too. Let's see. That'll be great. And so we can glue that down now. So I'm just gluing on either side. And now let's test it out. Hope I go the right way. Okay, so grandma. Oh, big bad wolf. He's asleep. My, what big eyes you have, grandma. Wow, awesome. Great, and that is our grandma and big bad wolf puppets. I love this sort of activity because you can do this with a lot of different stories. It'd be really great. And we would love to see your creation, so please tag us. We love to see everything you've been doing for Fairy Tale Week. Fairy Tale Week has been so much fun. And again, my name is Jenny and I'm with Wonderspark Puppets. And we have a lot of offerings online on our website and Facebook and YouTube as well. You can go to wondersparkpuppets.com. We have puppet telegrams, we have puppet live chats, we have membership, a lot of membership perks, so check those out, merch, and more. So please check us out, wondersparkpuppets.com. And as always, we appreciate shares and likes and loves. So please share all this with your friends. And we'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. with a different craft and a different themed week. I'm so excited. All right, have a glorious Sunday, everyone. Bye-bye.